Since you mentioned Quebec, I do want to get your view on Yves-François Blanchet's comments, which you no doubt heard. Asked if he had any tips for you in Alberta about asserting your sovereignty or separating. He said, the first idea is to define oneself as a nation. Therefore, it requires a culture of their own. And I am not certain that oil and gas qualify to define a culture.
Well,
what did you think when you heard that?
Well, maybe he should come out here during Stampede. There is no one who has the 10-day celebration that we do. And I mention it because it is so definitive of the Alberta culture, going back to our roots in how we developed. We don't have the same founding story as Quebec does. Our founding story began in 1905 when when early settlers came in and fur traded with the First Nations. And then, because we needed to populate it, there was a call out to the world to come here and get free land, and it was hard to develop it, whether it was for ranching or for farming. But that culture that we celebrate every single year is important, because what I would say with the character of the Alberta people is that they don't look to government to solve their problems. They solve them themselves, and they overcome some of the worst conditions, some of the most extreme hardships, and we keep on winning over and over and over again. And so I think that what you see with the celebration of our Western heritage, that's a celebration of our Western values, and there's so much business that takes place because every single year there's a new frontier. We developed gas, then we developed oil, then we developed oil sands, we're developing hydrogen, we're looking towards nuclear, we're developing carbon capture, we're developing data centers. I think those things are linked. And when people do come here and they see what a merit-based society we have built, a welcoming place where people from around the world can celebrate their own culture and heritage, but they embrace the Alberta heritage and culture, yeah, we already have that.